Hey everybody, welcome back to Part-Time Tabletopper. Today, I have a very easy tutorial for you guys. So if you've been watching my channel, you might remember that one of the first videos I ever made was how to make a large, detailed statement piece style tree, something that's a lot larger than all of your miniatures and just looks really cool on the table. Now, sometimes you don't want something like that. Sometimes you just want to be able to populate your table really quickly with a bunch of trees. And unfortunately, those trees that I showed you how to make before, while I think are very cool, might not be the most functional if you want to make them en masse and have a bunch of them scattered on your table. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to make a cheaper, more budget-friendly version of a tree. These are super easy to produce in bulk, and by the time you're done, you could have 1, 2, or 3 dozen trees at your disposal so that you could put a whole forest on your table if you need to. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. To get started, we're going to use a dozen Woodland Scenics tree armatures, some super glue, and some heavy washers. So here are those tree armatures. I found these online for like 20 bucks, and I'm going to be making all of them for a set of trees. They come attached to the bases like this, so I'm just going to use a hobby knife to cut that apart, and then also use that to clean up some of the mold lines. Now, using this super glue, I'm going to use that to assemble the tree, and then to assemble the tree in its base to that washer. That washer is going to help weigh the tree down when it's on the table so that it's harder for it to tip over. Now you may have noticed that the branches are all facing in a similar direction, so you have to go in and manually move those around to make it look a little bit more randomized and like a real tree. Now we're going to cover up that base and that washer with a ground texture. I'm going to make mine at home here with some sand, some Elmer's PVA glue, some brown paint, and then just a little bit of black paint to darken it up. When it's all mixed together, it should have a thick, grainy consistency like this. You can see that it's pretty thick when I'm applying it to the tree base. Once everything is dry, to elevate the paint job, I'm going to use this dark brown as a base coat, and then try to add some highlights with this light brown spray paint. It's time to add the flocking to this tree. I'm going to use some polyester stuffing, spray paint that a dark forest green, and then use this hot glue gun to apply it to the tree. I've already pre-spray painted a bunch of it here, and now I'm just going to take small pieces of it and start stretching it out over some hot glue that you see that I'm applying to the tips of these tree branches. Here's what it looks like when it's all been applied. We're going to use some spray PVA glue and dried oregano to create leaves for this tree. We'll spray paint those green, add some light green highlights, and sprinkle some light green flocking on top for variation. Finally, we'll use this earth blend flocking and dried oregano to flock the base. So first things first, we're going to spray that polyester stuffing that we glued onto the tree earlier, and then we're just going to sprinkle the dried oregano all over that to try and get it to stick and create a leaf-like texture. Once we do that, we're going to go back over it with some more PVA glue just to really ensure it sticks. Now we're going to spray all of those again one more time with that forest green, just because that dried oregano will change color over time. We're going to take a bright green here and just really lightly stipple it over the tops and highlighted areas of this tree, just to create the illusion of light hitting it and adding some variation. You could definitely call these done at this point, but I'm still going to go back and add just a couple more finishing touches. Just like we did with the dried oregano, I'm going to use some of that spray PVA glue and a little bit of light green flocking and just sprinkling that over the top of the tree to add a little bit of extra textural variation. Once you do that, I really think it makes the trees pop. Finally, we're going to take that dried oregano one more time, as well as this earth blend texture, and just apply a little bit of glue to the base, sprinkle those around it, but don't cover it completely, just to make it look like a forest floor, and these trees are done. And it really is that easy. After just a few hours of crafting time, not including the drying times, you'll have a dozen or so of these trees right here. And honestly, they're a great size, they're very durable, they're weighted at the bottom so they're not easy to knock over, and, you know, more importantly, they're just very cheap to make and easy to put on your table and pull off at a moment's notice. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like it because it helps other people find the video, and then of course, if you want to see other projects in the future, please subscribe, and I'd love to have you as part of the community and to show you what other things are in store to help you in your gaming table. So until my next video, happy crafting, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.